it's Nicole from Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. Today's video is for a very fun collab between several brands. It's hosted by Geekish Glitter Lacquer. This is a very supernatural collab. I am very excited about this one. I love the show Supernatural. It's one of my favorite shows. So before I blabber on, this box will launch this Friday on the Geekish Glitter Lacquer website at 1 p.m. Central Time, which I believe is 3 p.m. Eastern. If I am wrong, I'll put it here because I'm terrible with converting time zones. Yes, so I have several things. I do want to note two of the products do have some profanity in them, as well as there are spoilers ahoy. Lots and lots of spoilers. If you haven't caught up on the show and you don't want to be spoiled, look at my blog post and just scroll really fast and look at the photos and don't read the inspirations. That's really all I can say. I was very liberal in my meme and GIF usage in this video. Yeah, that was my little disclaimer. Let's get into this video. First up is BCB Lacquers with non-Timebo mala. I don't know Latin, I'm sorry. So this one is inspired by some fan art of Dean, Sam, and Cass, and is described as a purple polish with iridescent shifting flakes, ruby micro flakes, gunmetal flakes, purple micro flakes, white flakes, gold flakes, with red and copper shimmer and a touch of hollow. It's priced at $13 for 16.5 ml and has a cap of 50 bottles. So this polish is jam-packed with components, but it does not feel overly thick at all, and I was very surprised at how little texture this one dried down to. It also had a really fantastic formula, no application or any kind of issues with this one. So I think this one is going to be a 2-coater on most people. I ended up doing 3 coats. I had a teeny tiny bit of transparency on my tips, and I feel like this polish has like a tiny bit of like a almost metallic look, which I am guessing is from the gunmetal flakes. This was just an all-around beautiful polish. Nothing in here dry textured, and removal will be your typical flaky polish removal. Next up, we have the Moose and Squirrel Keychain by Fangirl polish. This one was inspired by the Winchester brothers, and it's described as a fun keychain inspired by the brothers, featuring an anti-possession charm, the affectionate names they call each other, and charms representing those nicknames. It's priced at $10 and has a cap of 45 keychains. So the full details for the keychain are as follows. This is a silver hardware including a swivel clasp, short chain, and keyring. The 3D silver tone lead-free, nickel-free zinc alloy metal charms. The squirrel charm is 21 millimeters. The moose is 18 by 16 millimeters. The little disc is a 2-inch clear acrylic circle covered with black matte and silver hollow permanent vinyl, and is total in 5 inches long. Next up is Geekish Glitter Lacquer with Let's Finish This Game. This one is inspired by the bunker fight scene from Soul Survivor with Dean and Sam. It's described as a black to clear thermal base with a red to black multichrome pigment added for an intense shimmer effect and silver hollow flakies. It's priced at $12 for 16 ml and it has a cap of 100 bottles. Let's Finish This Game had a great formula. Since it is a black to clear thermal, it is on the sheer side, especially in the warm state. The multichrome pigment is very strong in this polish, and I found the multichrome is so strong that it's almost kind of hard to see where like the transition is. Like I found that the clear part was like a very light gray, and the black part was like a very dark gray. So I found it was a very subtle transition, so you're mostly seeing that bright black to red multichrome, and then like you get a little sparkle of holographic from the silver hollow flakies. Thermal would be good for people who are a bit more hesitant about getting into thermals due to the, I'll call it lifespan of a thermal. And also this one, I think this one will work well as a topper. I also showed this in 1 coat over a black cream. Nothing in here dried down textured or will be overly difficult to remove. I did not experience any staining. Heaven Scent is bringing this really nice roll-on perfume to the Supernatural box. This one is called Time Is On My Side.
It's priced at $10 for a 1.2 ounce bottle and has no cap. So this one is, the fragrance description is scented in Cabernet, red velvet, and a hint of vanilla tobacco. The ingredients are jojoba oil, fragrance oil, and mica. So mica is giving it this really fun glitter-like effect. When you put this one on, you can kind of see on my hand here, you do get a very light amount of glitters on your, mica on your hand. The fragrance does last quite a while. It's a nice bakery scent. I'm mostly picking up the Cabernet, I think that's what I'm smelling, the Cabernet and the vanilla tobacco. It's got a very slight musky scent to it, but it's definitely like a sweet bakery scent. And just because I wanted to see, I did try this one out as a cuticle oil, and because it has jojoba in it. So because it does have the jojoba, this would be good as a cuticle oil. However, I found that the fragrance, it lasted for long enough. Like, it's a nice amount of fragrance in this one. It lasted for long enough that I didn't love it as a cuticle oil. As a perfume, it was great because it lasted like hours. And, but as a cuticle oil, I found that having the fragrance on my hand for just all day long was just not what I was all about, because I do use a lot of lotions and oils throughout the day. So I don't love it as a cuticle oil, but as a perfume, I thought it was fantastic.
Next up is Nailed It with Long Live the King. This one is inspired by Crowley, and it's described as a blue to purple to red multichrome. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and it has a cap of 150 bottles. Long Live the King had a fantastic formula. I didn't have any formula or application issues with this polish. It didn't feel overly thick or thin, and it was just absolutely perfect. The multichrome base was very color shifty. I was seeing all of the described colors in person. I did not need to like contort my hands in any weird positions or anything like that to see all of those colors. It was just really fantastic. I will note that this is the type of multichrome that is just a tiny bit brush strokey, so you will see some brush strokes in your polish. If you don't like that kind of thing, you could also sponge your final coat on, but I don't mind, so I thought it was really fantastic. This was my first time trying this brand, and I was very pleased with the formula and application. So I think most people will be good in 2 coats. I did 3. I had a tiny bit of transparency towards my tips, so I went in for that 3rd coat. Nothing in here dried down textured or will be difficult to remove. Next up is Red Eyed Lacquer with I'm Real Happy to See You. This one is inspired by Joe, and it's described as a bright blue crelly with green to orange to yellow shifting flakies and a moss green shifting shimmer. It's priced at $12 and has a cap of 100 bottles. I'm Real Happy to See You had a great formula. It didn't feel overly thick or thin, and I did not have any application issues. This beautiful blue base, I would say the blue is like a medium blue, but still very, very bright. This is going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on personal preference. For personal wear, I would wear this one in 2 coats. I had just a tiny bit of visible nail line on the clear part of my nail, so I used 3 coats for my photos. I think it had really good coverage in 2 coats. I did notice that the 3rd coat does deepen the color to what you see in the bottle, but it's very, very slight. It's really going to be up to personal preference, and those flakies are very color shifty. I didn't have any issues getting them completely spread out on the nail. And they also do not dry down textured. I only needed 1 coat of top coat to completely smooth this one out. Removal will be your typical flaky polish removal. Next up, we have Swamp Gloss with What's Up Bitches. This one is inspired by Charlie Bradbury, and it's described as a darkened shade of pink magenta jelly base with red matte hex glitters. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. What's Up Bitches had a wonderful jelly formula. It is more on the sheer side, so you will have some very obvious visible nail line with this polish. I'll include a swatch photo of this one swatched over a blurring base coat. The base color is somewhere between like a dark berry and a magenta. It's really beautiful. And like all Swamp Gloss polishes that I've tried, the glitters all spread out evenly and easily on their own without needing to do anything special. and they also dry down surprisingly smooth. I only needed one coat of top coat to completely smooth this one out. Removal will be on the tricky side from the glitters, but I would recommend soaking this one off. Next up is Treo Lacquer with Oh Yeah, You Betcha. I had to record this so many times because I kept trying to say the accent like Donna does, and it was just really, really bad. So yes, this one is inspired by Donna, who is a precious donut-eating ball of positivity who brings a much-needed sunshine into the world of supernatural. Oh Yeah, You Betcha is described as a shimmery, holographic, dusty blue that glows in the dark. It's priced at $12 for 70 grams, which I think should come to somewhere around 15 ml, and has a cap of 50 bottles. This had a great formula. It didn't feel overly thick or thin, and I did not have any application issues. The base is almost like a metallic-y type finish. I wish it was like a sunny day out when I brought this one out because it is holographic, but I feel like my live swatch wasn't really showing that. You can see it better in the swatch photos though. To charge this one up, you will need to use some type of UV lighting. Daylight might work. I charged it with a UV flashlight. And the final product I have to share is by Wildflower Lacquer. This one is called, is that an Ascot? This one is inspired by Dean when he was wearing an ascot from the Scooby Natural episode, which was absolutely amazing. This one is described as a berry red base with a strong red to gold to green blue shifting shimmer that is also purple at some angles. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and it has no cap. This polish was absolutely fantastic. I found that it did apply like a jelly polish, so you will definitely want to build this one up for opacity. I found that the base color, the berry red base color, depending on the shimmer, it looks somewhere between a berry and a brick red, depending on what color of the shimmer you were seeing. The shimmer is very strong, and I did not need to do any like crazy contortion moves to show just how color shifty the shimmer is. It was really fantastic. There are some brush strokes for the shimmer, so you will want to be mindful on your final coat on getting somewhat straight lines if that kind of thing will bother you. Shorter nails might be good in 2 coats, but the 3rd coat does deepen the color and add some more shimmer. I found I had hints of visible nail line at some angles even with that 3rd coat. It was pretty minimal in my opinion, but it is something to keep note. Nothing in here dried down textured or will be difficult to remove, and I did not experience any staining. And that is everything. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. So all of these, all of the products in this box are available individually. As far as I know, there is not going to be one listing where you can purchase everything all together. If I am wrong, I will put a notation here. Yes, so I am not going to be doing favorites because I don't want to. Simple as that. I thought everything was fantastic. This was my first time trying several of these brands, and I was very impressed with all of these polishes. So I would love to know, are you a fan of the show? Are you planning on picking anything up? Just let me know down in the comments, and I will see you all in the next video.